All right, I guess we'll get started. Welcome to Fox Cities Days Virtual 2020. I'm Becky Bartosik, President and CEO of the Fox Cities Chamber of Commerce. I actually know quite a bit about the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and the state of Wisconsin. I actually was born and raised a Yooper and am married to a Michigan Tech alumni. So we're really looking forward to our conversation today. Before we begin, I would like to ask you a question. Please use the chat feature below to answer. How many cities and communities make up the Fox Cities region? We'll give you a couple seconds to answer. And the actual answer is the Fox Cities has four cities in it: Appleton, Neenah, Menasha, and Kaukauna, along with other surrounding townships and villages, creating 17 unique and welcoming communities. More than 300,000 people live in this region. Fox Cities Days was developed to showcase this region, to showcase top talent and to attract people to this area. Last year, we came to campus and had 600 students join us in the career fair. We brought a band, t-shirts, lunch, and heavy equipment. Although this year's event looks a little bit different, and we will miss seeing all of you in person, we are excited to connect with you about working, living, and playing in the Fox Cities region. Next, I would like to thank Aaron's Company and Menasha Corporation for sponsoring this event. These two premium employers in the Fox Cities regions have long histories of community involvement and excellent work culture. I would also like to introduce the Fox Cities Chamber staff participating in this group session. First up is Amy Anderson, Director of Talent and K-16 Relations. Next is Katie Gaffney, our Event Coordinator. Emily Fiegels, Senior Director of Marketing and Communications. And last but not least, Tanya Bolter, Vice President of Member Services. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello, everyone. I'm Amy Anderson, Director of Talent and K-16 Relations at the Chamber. I would like to tell you about all of the great employers we have joining us for Fox Cities Days today. We have Aaron's Company, Ahlstrom Monks Joe, Consolidated Construction, Menasha Corporation, Northwestern Mutual, Plexus, and Theta Care. Now, Theta Care is here with Fox Cities Days for the Finlandia University nursing students. So if you're not a nursing student, you can ignore that booth today. But please join us at the other registered employers group and one-on-one sessions. This event goes until 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have plenty of time to join. You can join day of all the way up until a session begins. If you join one of our registered employer sessions today, you can win one of 3 $200 Amazon gift cards by just participating in Fox Cities Days with us today. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to having you learn more about the wonderful things going on in the Fox Cities region.
So before we get started and show you a video that really describes the essence of what the Fox Cities has to offer, we want to ask what you feel the Fox Cities has to offer. If you've heard about things that maybe here that interest you, or you've heard about maybe opportunities, or whether that be personal or professional, but just curious if you could share with us in the chat feature some things that you think the Fox Cities has that may be unique against other communities. So as you can see, there's some photos here that show a lot of the activities that happen throughout the summer months. We host a lot of events such as Mile of Music, a lot of live music in the different parks. We have a lot of natural waterways for outdoor activity that people enjoy. A lot of fine dining and shopping. You can see there the downtown Appleton area where there's a lot of nightlife that happens. We also have the Fox Cities Performing Arts Center in our downtown area, which is a unique opportunity given that there are Broadway shows that come through quite often, and that is something that is unique in northeastern Wisconsin. They also host a lot of concerts with local artists, plays, and family activities. We are home to the Timber Rattler Stadium, which is a minor league baseball group, so that's also a unique draw. They have a lot of different activities that happen at the stadium throughout the summer. And we also host a lot of private and public schools that are exceptional for those who want to raise families here in the Fox Cities.
All right, next up, we want to show all of you a video that encompasses the great things about the Fox Cities and everything that there is to see and do here in our community. So let's take a look.
Hello, morning sun. It's nice to see you again. Can we ride together and let our day begin? Show me the way off to my day, off to my day. Hey there, river friend, just keep on flowing. Let me ride with you, yeah. Let's keep on going. All the way. Show me through your day. Show me through your day. Afternoon, big tree. Will you climb with me? I kiss the sky above and let my heart go free. Please let me be. I know my heart is free. I know my heart is free. Good night, moon, alright. Our day turned into night. Let us rest together. Tomorrow gonna be alright. Yeah, alright, moon. I'ma see you soon. I'ma see you soon. This is our day from sun to sun. Every day is perfect if you let it be one. This is our day from sun to sun. Every day is perfect if you let it be one. This is our day from sun to sun. Every day is perfect if you let it be one. This is our day from sun to sun. Every day is perfect if you let it.
That was a great video and really shows the experience of our day-to-day activities here in the Fox Cities. We have so many wonderful things to offer beyond just great employers that are participating today in our Fox Cities Days Regional Career Expo. So again, I urge you to join the employer sessions, their group sessions, to find out more in general about these companies, and also the one-on-one sessions to get some really quality time with some HR staff at these organizations. But right now, I'd like to invite you all to ask us anything that you're curious about the Fox Cities, working, living, playing here. And our Fox Cities Chamber staff will be happy to answer those questions and also just provide some more information about what there is to do for fun here. Things about our airport, which a lot of people don't even know. We have an international airport right here in Appleton, and another 30 miles up the road in Green Bay. So please, in the chat feature now, let us know, ask us anything, and we'll talk a little bit more about all the great things here in the Fox Cities region. So Emily, can you tell everybody who's on the call today about some outdoor recreation activities that you and your family enjoy in the Fox Cities region?
Absolutely. So that is one of the best things that I would say about our communities here, our region in the Fox Cities. There are endless opportunities to access outdoor recreation here in the Fox Cities. Not only do we have Lake Winnebago, which is completely accessible from a lot of our communities, but we have the Fox River, and there's tremendous growth happening along the riverway, which is awesome for anyone who enjoys being outdoors. There's a lot of different kayak rentals and just a lot of other outdoor spaces, restaurants, bars that now are going up along the riverway, which is really exciting to see. But from other outdoor activities, so if you're a sports enthusiast, there's a lot of cross-country hiking trail or skiing trails, excuse me. There's hiking. You will see people in our region snowmobiling from time to time in the winter. We have ice rinks as well. One of the really exciting announcements that was recently shared in our community is there will be a state-of-the-art outdoor ice rink being built in downtown Neenah, which is really remarkable. It will be comparable to Rockefeller Center in New York City, so that will be really exciting for our community. But endless opportunities to do things outdoors. We have plenty of parks and green spaces to check out as well. So me and my family, we tend to frequent a lot of those spaces.
That's awesome, Emily. I know that I enjoy the boating on Lake Winnebago immensely. You can be out there on a wonderful summer afternoon with hardly any other boaters. It's just amazing to me that we have this large lake that serves so many communities around the Fox Cities region as well. And then I really enjoy all our park systems, including High Cliff State Park, which is not far away, to hike, and the bike trails and everything else that we have in the natural elements. Boobalt's Nature Preserve, Heckrat. There's just so many places to go and be in the natural environment. So Becky, can you tell everybody on the call about our international airport and destinations that are direct flights for people that want to travel?
Absolutely. We are really blessed to have a really booming airport right in Appleton. As of last year, it was actually the 4th fastest growing airport in the country. And every single month, it seems like we're hearing of a new additional direct flight that's coming out of Appleton. So whether you want to go to Nashville or Phoenix or Denver or Atlanta, those are all places that you can get on a flight right here and go direct. So we are so blessed to have a facility like that right here in our backyard. And if we don't have it in Appleton, as far as a direct flight or a connecting flight, we are 25 minutes away from Green Bay's airport, as well as about an hour and a half from Milwaukee, and a little bit further you can get to Chicago. As Amy did mention, we recently became an international airport, so there are flights that you can get to right directly anywhere, really anywhere in the world, originating from Appleton.
Awesome, thank you. Tanya, could you tell everybody on the call today about our Performing Arts Center and a little bit more about other cultural and annual events that we have in the Fox Cities region?
Sure thing. We have a ton, so that's what I love about living in the Fox Cities. So there are a ton of things to do here throughout the year. There's pretty much every weekend there's something going on. So some of the bigger things that we celebrate here in Appleton that are big draws for our community are Oktoberfest, which is hosted by the Chamber of Commerce. That happens the final weekend in September. It's hosted along College Ave, and there are upwards of 200,000 people who attend that event. So it's great as far as live music. There's a lot of different food vendors. There's a craft fair. There's a family fun area. And the best part of that is it's not just an event to come out and get good food and hang out with your friends, but all of the food vendors that are there are nonprofits that benefit from the sales, and a lot of them say that that is the biggest fundraiser that they have all year. So it's a really fun day, but it also has a great story and a great meaning and purpose behind it. So that's one of my favorite things. As chamber staff, it's a little exhausting, but it's cool to see the whole community come together and just spend the day out in the streets and celebrating everything that Appleton has to offer. We also host Bazaar After Dark, which is a really cool, it's a moving artisan night market. So we host that in different communities throughout the summer. that is an event that is, it has a lot of different live acts, like we have fire breathers and we have aerial acrobats and music and food trucks, and very family friendly, very pet friendly. So people really enjoy that. And it's cool to go and celebrate a lot of the different communities. It's neat to move into the different communities in our areas and kind of showcase what they have to offer. We also have a huge Christmas parade, so families love that. That also goes down College Ave. It's a big draw. I know I think it's one of the biggest. Is it the biggest in the state? I think it's the biggest in the state, but it's super cool. People love it. We are located right downtown, so it's you see everybody lining up, cheers on the streets. Early in the day, people want the best seat. So that's a really cool event. As Amy mentioned, the PAC is awesome. I've been there for a few of their live shows. They have Broadway shows. They have a lot of local artists that come in. It's a beautiful space. So it's really unique to us in northeastern Wisconsin to have that opportunity to see those types of events come to our area. But they host other things too. They have comedians there. They have musicians. They have family events. I took my niece to Disney on Ice there, I think, one year. Like they just do. No, I wasn't there. Sorry, that was Green Bay, but they have that as well. But there's so many things to do with the PAC. They constantly have something going on there. So it's just, we just have a lot to offer here. There's live music on Thursday nights, right down the street from us. You can see in one of the pictures here, lower corner of your screen, there's live music in Nina. They host theirs on Wednesday nights. So throughout the year, you'd be hard pressed to not find some sort of activity to be able to do and go out and celebrate the community.
Okay, thank you so much. And I have a question from one of our guests. Do you know the average cost of living in a place like Appleton? So any of our chamber staff willing to take that one on?
Sure, I can share a few statistics. The cost of living in Appleton is actually 8% lower than the Wisconsin average. And the cost of living in Appleton is 12% lower than the national average. Appleton housing is 25% lower than the national average as well. So what I have found, originally transferring to Wisconsin for work from Michigan, I was amazed by how economical it is to live in our area. Realistically, you can have a very, very nice home for, I think the median home number is about 155,000 in our region. And many places that you look throughout the country, you couldn't find anything nice at all in that range. So we are very proud that we have not only a very economical place to live and work, we have all of the amenities of larger communities, but we also have the safety of living in a smaller area as well. So hopefully that answers that question for you.
Excellent, thank you, Becky. I'd also like to add that our average commute for work in the Fox Cities region is 16 minutes, which is nothing. So it's really easy to move about in the Fox Cities region. We have great highways and bridges that take us over the lakes and rivers for easy access for all sides of the region. So it really is an easy place to live. It's really welcoming and friendly, and it's a nice region to settle as a young professional. And speaking of young professionals, I'd like to ask Katie or Emily, as our young professionals on the call today, to talk a little bit about Pulse, which is one of our Fox Cities Chamber programs, and also that we have about 26% of young professionals living in the Fox Cities region, which is also above the national average. So if Emily or Katie would like to talk a little more about that.
Yeah, so Pulse is our young professional initiative here at the Chamber. So this group has some really exciting ideas coming down the pipeline. So it's a great time to get into the area and see some of the events and programs that they're helping to put on. But their objective is to bring young professionals to the area and help them get integrated into the community. I'm also a transplant to the area, so I did not grow up in Appleton. So I know that it can be a challenge to break into the community. And Pulse is a great initiative that we have here that's going to help welcome you and help you find your niche right here and make this place home.
And I'd be happy to add a little bit to that as well. So I am born and raised in the Fox Cities. I did move away, but I chose to come back for a lot of the reasons that we've talked about on this call. Affordability and access to housing is a really big thing here. And like Becky mentioned, safety is really important. From a young professional standpoint, there are endless opportunities to actually have a voice in this community, and it's really exciting to be part of it. So not only do we have the Pulse Young Professionals Network at the Chamber, but a lot of the organizations that you'll have the opportunity to connect with today, they have different programs and initiatives too to keep you engaged and to help you become familiar with this new space that you might call home. So there's a lot of really great opportunities. And yes, our Pulse program that we have has over time had a lot of different opportunities to strike different conversations and help you network with other young professionals in the community. And we're constantly looking at ways that we can continue to you know, have the conversations that are of interest to you. So definitely something worth checking out if you come to the area.
Awesome, thank you. Are there any other questions from our participants today about the Fox Cities region? We'd be happy to answer any questions you have about living, working, and playing here. If not, I would just like to remind you again before I ask Becky to close up our Fox Cities Days group session today. Just please go and register with our participating employers, their group sessions or their one-on-one sessions. These are premium employers in the Fox Cities region, and we so appreciate them participating through Handshake today with all the students at Michigan Tech. So please visit them, and I know that you'll be participating in their big, large career fair tomorrow and the next day as well. But today is a great practice run, and you will get more one-on-one attention today than you can tomorrow at that large career fair. So please tell all your friends, wake them up, get them going, and get into those really great employer group and one-on-one sessions. Thank you all for joining us, and now I will turn it back over to Becky for a closing.
Thank you, Amy, and we appreciate everybody joining us today. I can tell you from a personal perspective, you know, moving here from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and being married to someone who graduated from Michigan Tech, it's very interesting here. I've had a lot of people ask me over the years, do you miss the UP? Do you miss the culture? And I can tell you, when I am homesick and when I want to see people from the Upper Peninsula or from Michigan, I just have to go to the Fox River Mall because there are so many people from that region who have selected the Fox Cities as their home. And we actually have a very active Michigan Tech alumni group here that does get together on a regular basis. I know I believe it was September, there was actually an event held downtown College Avenue. On College Avenue, there is a business which is called Appleton Beer Factory, which was founded and owned by 2 Michigan Tech alumni. And the president of Michigan Tech actually came down and hosted an event for Michigan Tech alumni. So to me, my favorite part about living in this area is that I was able to find a small community that reminds me a lot of where I grew up and still be able to drive into Appleton or Green Bay and really enjoy all of the facilities that I would find in a larger community. So please know that there's a lot of Michigan Tech alumni in this area, and we would love to have you join us as well. So thank you for joining us today. Please do connect with our employers. And if there's anything we can help you with, whether it's looking at additional information of coming here and working and making the Fox Cities your home, or if you do accept a position and you want more information about the area, please know that the Fox Cities Chamber is here to help you in that support.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day.